day. Black female, they had three black women, all licensed high-level professionals that were talking about this. This is something that's kind of rare. I don't really see this anywhere on the internet. I see people talking a lot, but not people doing sort of analysis and bringing information based on science. People that are actually licensed and qualified. These are not just people who sound good. These are people who really have knowledge. They really understand these areas. And I think that's really important because the internet's full of a lot of information that just does not work. And they were actually breaking down the other day exactly how you go about setting your resolutions and reaching them, stuff like that. Now, I see someone says there's no sound. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Can you all hear me? If you can't hear me, then I'll turn off the Instagram. But I assume you guys can hear me. I don't have any reason to believe that you wouldn't be able to hear me. So give me a yes if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. If you can't hear me, then I'll just turn it off. Okay, it looks like you can hear me. Okay, so somebody just didn't have their volume up. All right, so let's jump into this. How many of you, give me a yes in the chat. How many of you have goals that you set for yourself for 2025? How many of you have a list of objectives? How many of you are serious about leveling up and being a better person this year? Leveling up your money, leveling up your health, maybe going to the gym, leveling up your relationships, maybe you're leveling up your mental health, leveling up your life. Anybody, any level ups in here? If you are leveling up, then type me or yes in the chat. Um, because I think it's important to understand that people who have a sense of purpose tend to just have a better life. I think that's a good place to start. If you ever want to live in a purgatory, if you ever want to live in a purgatory, um, just go through life by like with no goals, no purpose, no nothing, with no passion. If you live your life with no passion, then I encourage you to take the time to meditate and figure out who the hell you are. Really, who the hell you are and why are you here? I'm a believer that we all have a purpose if we want one. I believe purpose is something that you either pick up or you just let it go and you deny it your entire life. One of the two. It's hanging on it's hanging up there like a stocking at Christmas, and you can pick it up if you want it, or you could just say, "Oh, I'm just here. I just want to smoke some weed, chase some women, go out to the movies, and dance a little bit, that to me is just if you ever want to know a formula for depression, if you ever want to be really depressed, then go through life with just no purpose, no goals, no meaning, right? That's just horrible. It's an empty existence. So, in fact, that Jamie Foxx movie Soul, I think it was called Soul, did a really good job of explaining what happens when you become a lost soul. They get caught in a rut that is not even of your making. Maybe it's a corporate rut. You're getting up and going to work every day at the same damn job. Then you don't even like the job. Or maybe it's a relationship rut where you are just sitting there in this horrible relationship because you're scared to try anything new and you're just settling for whatever the cat drags in. Or maybe you're settling financially. Maybe you're just sitting there and instead of going for the things you really want and pursuing your passion, you're just sort of stagnant. And that's just not fun. And I want to encourage you, if you are in that category, forgive yourself, but then use today. I'm not talking about, don't use 2025 as an opportunity to get out of it. Use today as an opportunity. Today. Don't think about the whole year. Don't think about the whole future. That's big. That's a lot. I think about each day. I literally, in fact, I think about each hour, every 20 minutes. I say, how can I be the best version of Boyce Watkins for the next 20 minutes? And then I'll worry about the other 20 minutes after that. That's one of the little secrets that I have, and if you care at all about why I'm able to be so consistent. A lot of people are very shocked that I've done over 22,000 videos that have gotten over a billion views. And I've been doing this since 2007, 2008. Actually, I really didn't get into YouTube till about 2013, but I had my first YouTube channel in '07. I just ignored it because I didn't know YouTube was going to be so big. And when I started to see it grow, I started using it more. But literally, I've done about 22,000 videos, and people are kind of stunned that I do something every single. If you guys are in Money in the Morning, you see we do this 7 days a week, every single day. We've done over 300 trainings on finance, free to the community for anybody that wants to learn. That's, as a professor, all I can do is teach people that want to learn. All I can do is take you to the water. I can't make anybody drink. I can't talk to the whole world because some people just don't care about money like that. They don't think about economics, I guess. I don't, maybe they're just hoping that Jesus is going to bless them with opportunity, or that somehow luck is going to work out in their favor, or that white people are going to decide to be nice and give them everything they need. I don't believe any of those things. I don't dislike white people, but I just don't trust anybody else but us. I trust us to do what's best for us. I trust our community to fix our problems. I trust me. I trust you. I trust us to fix our families. That's what I trust because we've been lied to for so long. Black folks been getting lied to for since before slavery. So I don't understand why we have so much trust in the politicians. I don't understand why we have so much trust in the corporations. I don't see why we have so much trust in the oppressor. I don't even trust some of half y'all damn preachers. Half y'all preachers out here lying and stuff, right? So anyway, my belief is that you go to the source that you trust. The source that you should trust, in my opinion, is you. So anyway, everybody who just came in, you probably got a text notification. If you're in the Money in the Morning class, you got the text because I have to do things a little bit early because I'm about to travel because we got to go bury mama. And my mother, Robin Watkins, was an amazing lady. And we're actually going to create the Robin Watkins Memorial Scholarship. And I'll let you guys know about that. Everyone's going to benefit from it. And it's just kind of a way to commemorate my mother who really if you saw the eulogy, I did a eulogy for my mother. If you look up RIP Robin Watkins, you can watch it. And basically I took the word fear because she said she grew up living in fear. And I took the word fear and I flipped the acronym. And the fear, the way I'm going to use it at the funeral will be faith, excellence, accountability, and resilience. And the E could stand for either excellence or education because those are two things she believed in. She was one of those people that was kind of no nonsense about how they're screwing up our kids in the educational system. If you ever wanted to pick a fight with my mama, all you got to do is talk about what they're doing to our poor kids in the school system. How many of you have noticed that? Has anyone noticed that, or am I the only one who gives a damn? Give me a yes if you noticed how they are not educating our kids, yet we are handing them over to the people who are destroying their futures. These kids are growing up. They can't be husbands and fathers half the damn time because they don't have a damn skill. Nobody prepared them for life. We have to do this. These are the things we have to do. So anyway, that's what's on my mind when I'm thinking about my mother. I came into the new year thinking about my mama real heavy, and I just miss her so much. But at the same time, I'm half her, so she's always with me. All right. So with that said, let me go through New Year's resolutions really quick and kind of break this down. And by the way, when it comes to goal setting, things like that, I do have a live class called Black Keys to Greatness, and there's a cost to it. Lifetime access is like maybe $900, but actually you can join for free. I will let you guys have it for free. All you got to do is text the word goals, GOALS, text goals to 87948, and you can have it 100% for free. It's yours for life, and I think you're gonna like what you see. So just text goals to the phone number 87948, and you will get instant access to my life class where I break down how to set goals, how to accomplish them, how to be consistent. Everything that you see from me is pretty much what I teach in that life class, and I just want everybody to have access to it. So there we go. So that's my gift to you. Maybe that's the first gift from Robin Watkins because she's the person that inspires me to do everything that I do. All right, now with that said, let's talk about New Year's resolutions and why most people don't accomplish their resolutions. Okay. So basically, the studies show that I'm going to give you a few stats that are probably going to make you laugh and make you sad. 80% of all people abandon their New Year's resolutions by February. How many of y'all know that? That 80% of all people give up on their resolution by February. So that means 80% of the people that might see this video or 80% of your friends should just give up. Don't even make a goal. Don't even set a goal. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're setting a goal and then you're not accomplishing it because you're not serious, you're not ready, you're not really trying. Hey, 80%. So that means only one in five people actually stick to their goal past February. Number two, only 9% of individuals feel that they were successful in keeping their resolution for the entire year. So only 9%. That's less than one in every 10 people actually accomplish anything that year. And at the end of the year, on New Year's Eve, look back and say, yes, we did it. We accomplished what we set out to do. Next stat, 23% of people give up, quit their resolution within the first week, and one third give up by the end of January. Okay, that's more depressing news. 43% of the resolutions fail due to unrealistic goals. So nearly half of all people give up because your goal is unrealistic. 23% fail because they forget about their goals. They just forget. They're like, what resolution? Well, I have no resolution. Also, 91% of people repeat the same failed resolution every year, stuck in a cycle of unmet goals. So 91% of all people are stuck in a rut. 91% of all people are stuck in this pernicious cycle where you just kind of trying over and over and over again. You keep failing over and over and over again. Now, I commend you for continuing to try. I commend you for not giving up. I commend you for going back to the well. I will never give up on you, and you should never give up on yourself. But what I need you to understand is that remember Einstein when he said the definition of insanity is what? What's the definition of insanity? Taking the same approach over and over again but yet expecting a different result. So if you are approaching things over and over again in the same way and expecting a different result, then then you're that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. So let me give you some tips on what the experts say on how to do this. Dr. Alicia got together with the therapist, and they did a really good session on how to accomplish your New Year's resolutions based on science and based on research. These were not just three people yapping on the internet. These are licensed professionals. That's we bring high quality people to you in the Black Business School in our Black Financial Therapy department because I don't want you just talking about it. I need you to be about it. I don't want you to just say what you are. I need you to be what you are. Do you understand? I need you to go to that next level. You got a whole lot of fast talking Negroes. That was honestly that was one of the issues I had with Diddy. Was Diddy would talk a lot about stuff he was going to do, and then nothing would actually happen. And I just kind of was like, okay, this guy's just a talker. I don't like that. I kind of think that we need people that are going to follow through. We need a father who says, "I'm going to pick you up after school," who actually shows up. We need a mother who says, "I'm going to lose weight," and who actually goes to the gym, right? Doers. You have to be a doer. You cannot just sit and talk. You cannot just sit and feel sorry for yourself. You cannot just sit and accept mediocrity for the rest of your life. We need some black excellence up in here. Give me a yes if you agree. Give me a yes if black excellence matters to you. All right, so here's some reasons why people don't achieve their New Year's resolutions, and here's a remedy. So I'm gonna give you the problem and the solution. Number one, unrealistic goals. Many resolutions are overly ambitious or vague, like I want to get rich or I want to lose 50 pounds in a month. So people say it all the time. I say, well, what's your financial goal? I want to get rich. Okay, so what's your plan? I ain't got no plan. It's like, so you think rich people get rich by accident? Like you think you can just get in the car and drive in circles and then eventually you'll end up in Florida? You mean you're telling me you want to drive from Kentucky to Florida, but you don't even have a map? You don't even have a GPS. You have nothing to get you there. You have no plan. And so this is one of the things that's really fascinating to me. And I think about this specifically in the area of wealth building. It's amazing to me how much people love money, worship money, will fight over money, where rappers will rap about money. That's what got me talking about money more so in the public space was I noticed rappers always rap about money, but I'm like, but everything you do is anti-money. Everything you do is you're giving your money away. Everything that you preach is anti-wealth. So how can you care about money yet you're giving away money at the same time? But money matters to you. So I can just tell you like this, whether you're talking about getting rich or losing weight, you have to have a plan. So there is a method called SMART, SMART, setting SMART goals. That means SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. What does that mean? Specific. I'm not going to just lose 50 pounds. Maybe it's I'm going to lose 50 pounds by a certain time, by going to the gym every single day and doing this particular workout or whatever, something very specific that your subconscious can lock onto. When you're specific, your subconscious starts to visualize it and then you start moving in that direction even when you're not trying. So you have to be specific about your goal, right? And when it comes to money, I want to make this much money per month and I'm going to do this by building my business and doing XYZ, right? Be as specific as you can. Measurable. How do you know you reached the goal? If I say my goal is to get rich, what does rich look like? Like, what exactly does that look like? So if rich means, I'm going to have $128,000 in my bank account by the end of the year by saving X amount of dollars per month, then that makes more sense to me than just saying, well, I'm gonna get rich. Everybody wants to get rich. Most people don't. That's just a fact. But you're probably if you've been coming to class every day, your probability of being rich one day has grown by about 80%. The probability that your children will be wealthy if you execute even 10% of what we discussed in this class, the probability of your children being rich is about 90%, as long as they don't do anything crazy to throw their money away. If you're doing basic things like the $5 a day investing plan, or consistently putting money in the stock market, or making sure that they understand certain things by the age of 10, your child's probability of being wealthy is extremely high. So specific, measurable, achievable. Is the goal realistic or not? Unrealistic goals. I'd rather achieve something that's realistic. than to not achieve, than to go for something that's amazing and then not get anywhere, not get anything. So you have to have a goal that doesn't demoralize you because it's so insanely difficult. Start with something small. Shoot the layup before you try to hit the 3-point shot. Relevant meaning, is it important to you? Is that something that matters for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish? Is it relevant to the lifestyle you want to live? How's that relevant to your overall objective of being happy and being fulfilled in life? Time bound means you got to give yourself a time limit. If you give yourself a time limit, then you're setting a goal in terms of a deadline. You have a deadline for when you have to achieve the goal. And so breaking the goal into smaller pieces goes a really long way. I literally live my life in 20 to 40-minute increments. That's how specific I am. And I'm not the only person who does that weird thing. I met Will Smith's brother, Harry, who's a really smart guy, and I sat with Harry for many, many hours, and I like Harry a lot. I never met Will, but his brother was a great dude. And one thing that we both had in common was we were both straight A students in college, and we both used the same method. I said, I break my day into 20-minute blocks. He said, wow, in college, I broke my day into 15-minute blocks. And that really allowed you to focus on the next 15 minutes, focus on the next 20 minutes. I don't think about the next 5 years all the time. I don't think about the next year all the time. I don't even think about the next week all the time. I go moment by moment, day by day, and say, in every moment of every day, how do I show up as the person that I want to be in that moment? Like right now, in 13 minutes, I got to go to take my family down to my mom's funeral. But right now, I'm thinking about how can I be excellent for the next 13 minutes in a way that will support you in reaching your goal. Does that make sense? All right. Now, let me pause for a minute. Someone's asking what happened to the Prime pop-up. The Prime pop-up did occur yesterday. I don't know why you missed it. If you did not catch the Prime pop-up, where we were generating income with stock options and going through some plays for 2025. Make sure that you're on the text list. Text the word options to the phone number 87948. So you can text options to 87948. And if that doesn't work, text or email support at theblackbusinessschool.com. Support at theblackbusinessschool.com. Thirdly, don't worry. Everything's recorded. So if you log in at drboyceprime.com, you will find the recording. It should be there in the next 48 hours. So we got you 100%. Also, we're going to meet again for class on Tuesday. So make sure you get wired in so that you don't miss the Tuesday class. All right. Now, next reason why people don't reach their goals is kind of a lack of accountability. People often try to do everything by themselves, and there's nobody sort of forcing them to move forward. And so really that was a big one for me. When I was overweight, I was trying to lose weight. I wanted to go to the gym. And when it was up to Boyce, I couldn't do it because Boyce just didn't care enough about being in the gym every day to make it happen, right? Some days Boyce would just have other things to do, and so Boyce was getting fatter by the year. And when I married this beautiful woman named Alicia Watkins, it really changed for me because she goes to the gym every morning at 5 a.m. no matter what. And she actually wears the same dress size. At 51, she wears the same dress size she wore when she was 22, which is pretty extraordinary. And it's because she has a relentless commitment to staying fit and also a relentless commitment to learning about therapy. She's committed, highly committed to those two things. And so that level of commitment really kind of nudged me along, right? Having somebody in your space that has the same goal as you or who can consistently remind you of who you want to be in that moment goes a really long way. So you cannot train yourself to be a winner while spending most of your time around a loser. You can't. You can't train yourself because losers can only teach you how to lose. Losers will only encourage you to lose like them. Mediocre people will train you to be mediocre just like them. And when you try to become extraordinary, you're going to feel like an oddball. You're going to feel like you're going above and beyond. But if you're around excellent people, it kind of reverses. When you get around excellent people, you start feeling like you're not doing enough. Like, dang, I only ran 7 miles today. They did 14, right? That sort of peer pressure is what you really want in order to achieve your goal. So maybe join a group, maybe join a run club, join a study group. Maybe we do class every morning. We have a whole group of future millionaires that meets every morning. Thousands of people come in every morning in the Black Business School, and it's free. You don't have to pay a nickel. You ain't got to pay money to be a part of the group. You just got to pay attention, and you'd be amazed how many people will sit around and talk about how their financial situation's bad, how they want to have more money, and then you offer them something free, and they still don't have time for that. That's the best we know how to do. So at the end of the day, if you don't want it, you ain't gonna get it. We know these things. So I would encourage you to find a space of people that have similar beliefs and similar goals to you, so they can nudge you to become the person that you want to be. The third reason people don't achieve their goal is no plan, no clear plan or follow through. So a lot of resolutions lack structure, which leads to procrastination or lack of progress. So the solution would be to create a detailed plan with very specific daily or weekly actions. You have calendars, you have different apps, you have different things that can track your progress. The more specific you are about the plan, like what am I going to do today, right now, to achieve that goal? The more specific you are in terms of what the expectation is, the closer you're going to be to reaching that goal. If you're not specific, chances are you won't accomplish it. So be very specific. So really, for example, one of my goals it was to get in the gym and build some muscle and keep the weight down. And so my specific plan wasn't that complex, but it was very specific. I get up 3 days a week at 5 a.m., go to the gym with my wife. I do 10 machines and I get on the treadmill for maybe 30, 45 minutes. And that's it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or expensive or crazy. Like I didn't go hire a personal trainer. I didn't go, spend a bunch of time. I don't spend the whole day at the gym. I spend my hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, and then I'm good for the rest of the day, right? So set a specific goal, and that'll increase the likelihood of you accomplishing the goal by tenfold. Okay. So anyway, if you want to get access to my live class for free, it's called Black Keys to Greatness. It's literally built on rules and principles that I applied that helped me to become the only African American on the entire planet to get a PhD in finance in the year 2002. That year, there was no other black person on the planet who did it, and it's not because I necessarily am special, but it was hard as hell. It was hard as hell. Like I had to literally study 8 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for years, including like Christmas. Like Christmas Day, I'd be in there studying. It was really, really hard. And because I was sitting next to people that had a level of excellence that I honestly don't see all the time. The only time like you're sitting next to some Russian kid who got the highest math score in Moscow, right? Or you're sitting next to a Chinese person who literally grew up like desperately poor, who literally does nothing but study all the time every day, or another person in your class who already has a PhD in physics, who's now trying to get a second doctorate, right? Who has a wife and two kids. It was really like that type of high intensity environment. And what I learned, I'm gonna just tell you the truth, is I really started to see the strengths and the weaknesses of our culture, right? I see excellence for our people when it comes to things like performance, rapping and stuff like that, or basketball. Like we're really, really excellent when it comes to being great at sports, but I don't see the same excellence when it comes to our commitment to learning, and also I don't see the same excellence when it comes to our relentlessness when it comes to achieving our community goals, building businesses, things like that. I just don't. I see sometimes maybe because we've gone through so much, or because we went through slavery, that sometimes we feel inferior to other people. And when we feel inferior to other people, maybe that child will accept a C plus on the test or B minus when he should have been going for the A plus, or he'll be happy that he just passed and got into college as opposed to expecting that he's supposed to go to college and make straight A's. When I went to the University of Kentucky, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I remember I went in, and for some reason, because I was motivated, because I had a baby coming and I was scared to death, and I figured out I could do the academic thing. I told one of the counselors, one of the black guidance counselors that was supposed to help me, I said, I think I can make straight A's all the way through college. And she was like, nobody can do that. That's not possible. And I was like, you mean there's never been a person at the University of Kentucky who's ever made straight A's before? Like, are you kidding me? And I kid you not, I had an argument with one of my friends who was like a mentor. He was supposed to be my mentor, and he literally told me he said it was impossible for me to make straight A's in one semester. Like I said, yeah, I think I can make straight A's, man. He said that's not possible. Nobody does that. Nobody can make straight A's. And it's hilarious now. I mean, I've been a college professor for a long time, so now I'm like, yeah, it happens all the time. But this idea that the people around me that were supposed to be guiding me and encouraging me were literally pushing my expectations down, I started to learn over time that that happens all through society. All through society, when you are African American, people tell you that the best you can do is survive. That the best you can hope for is that white folks will give you an opportunity. The best you can do is, well, at least I'm not in jail. At least I graduated. And I'm sorry. I don't think that that's who we are. I really don't. And I don't think that's who you have to be. And so really, I'm going to encourage you. Again, I'm not speaking as a person who's been perfect. I'm not speaking as a person who's always accomplished every goal I set. I'm not speaking as a perfect person who's never made mistakes. But I am speaking as a person who ain't gonna accept no accept second fiddle. I am not I am not the white man's little punk. I am not supposed to be in second place. You are not supposed to be in second place. We are not supposed to be the loser in the basketball game of life. We're supposed to win. We're supposed to be dunking on fools. We're supposed to be scoring all the touchdowns. And it really comes down to standards. It comes down to standards. What standards do you set for yourself? What standards do you set for your kids? What standards do you set for your community? What does being black mean to you? It don't to me, no. When you talk about powernomics, for example, powernomics means you dominate. Powernomics is not strugglenomics. Powernomics does not mean, well, I'll barely get by, man. I'm barely surviving. No, no, that's not powernomics. That's survivalnomics. That's strugglenomics. That's not where you're supposed to be. You can execute powernomics, but you have to have a plan. You have to be committed and you have to be willing to be a little bit different and go above and beyond. And what that means sometimes is that honestly, you're going to have to walk away from some parts of the culture. You're going to have to really, when you get around people that where their self-esteem is not yet built up, where they don't have that pride yet to expect the best from themselves and their children, you might have to just walk away from that and ignore that. I had to walk away. I had to give up a lot of my friends when I decided to do something different and something special with my life. I had a lot of black male friends who made fun of me. They thought, a lot of girls who wouldn't date me because they thought I was nerdy or too serious or that I studied too much. And I don't blame them. I mean, plus I wasn't even 6 feet tall. Why would you want somebody like me? I don't even care, whatever. Right. But at the same time, though, I was okay with walking away from that because it's like, okay, now I got something a little bit different because I had the courage to be different. I wasn't worried about whether or not you thought that what I was doing made sense. I wasn't worried about you believing that perhaps I'm crazy to think I can stand up toe to toe with white folks and actually win. I ignored that. I literally I remember a girl telling me one time, I kid you not, this is a black girl who said, she said, I don't know why you do all that studying. You only gonna go as far as white people want you to go. She literally said that. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And I called my mother and I told my mother what this girl said. I was like 22 at the time. And she said, well, how far do you think she's going to go? And she said she's going to go as far as white people want her to go. Because what you believe is what becomes true. What you believe about yourself is what becomes true. So if you believe that you're not supposed to go very far, you're not supposed to do very much, or that somehow racists hold the keys to your success and happiness and freedom, then guess what? They do hold the key. They hold the key. Mission accomplished. They've got inside your head. You've been infected with that virus of mediocrity, and that's exactly where you're going to live for the rest of your life. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm here to bust out of jail. I'm not interested in being in nobody's jail cell, psychologically or otherwise. I want to win. I think that we can win. So let's go win in 2025. I'm about to get out of here. We're about to hit the road in a second. But one more thing, if you want to get access to that life class, you can have it for free. Just text the word goals to the phone number 87948. I'll send you a link. You can join the life class. It'll cost you nothing. So just text goals to 87948. Also, if you are a member of the stock options class, you will get a link to join us for class on Tuesday. Tuesday night, I believe. That's when we're having the class. So if you missed the last one the other day, that's okay. The recording's available inside Prime. And also, you'll get another link to join on Tuesday. So if you're interested in stock options, which I think is a great thing to learn, feel free to text the word options to the phone number 87948, and I'll send you a link. So text that on your phone, options to 87948. So have a good day, everybody. God bless you. And sorry for everybody who got the late text or the early text, actually. I had to do our Money in the Morning Millionaire Training Camp class a little bit early because I got to go hit the road. And so you're probably sitting on YouTube as opposed to inside the Zoom because I wanted you guys to be able to get the recording in case you came in a little bit late. So that's me kind of explaining what happened this morning because, again, the whole no excuses philosophy, that's something that I applied. I said, no, we're going to get this done. It's January 1st. It's New Year's. It's the start of 2025. You will never in your life ever have another January 1st, 2025 ever again. So today is the day. This is our one chance. Let's maximize, optimize, and don't worry about tomorrow. We're going to go get it today. Let's be the best that we can be. Give me a yes in the chat or type 2025 in the chat if you're going to make it happen this year. Type 2025 in the chat. Let's be intentional. Put 2025 in the chat if you're going to make this the greatest year of your life. And I'm going to be right here with you every day, 7 days a week until my casket drops. I'm right here with you. We're going to make this happen. God bless you.